Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip-hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to planes. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, we are in the place to be.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. You already know what it is. The bearded one here.
S.I Shawn, baby, let's go.
You know what we about to do, kid. It's about to be on. We talking about it today. The new Dodge Charger. Bang or bust.
Dang.
Sounds crazy right there.
That's
It's a crazy vernacular right there. Shout to my guy Aaron Rose in the building.
Yes, sir.
Early. That's what I'm talking about. Shout to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Wherever you are, don't forget to drop your name in the comments so we can shout you out. And those that's tuning in on YouTube, we especially appreciate you. If you're not tuned in on YouTube, don't forget, you got to know where to find us. We make sure we put that up every trip. YouTube at Gutter Ball Rally, so you know where to find us, man. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with us, man. Shout out to Jessica Grandy. She's in the building.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go. Put these headphones on so we can get rid of you guys.
But you're right, though, man. Is this new Dodge Charger with the lightning bolt, is it a go or is it not?
Sounds like a boom, in my opinion.
I mean, you know,
but
we have to wait and see how that really turns out. You know, because some people probably was up all night raving about it.
Oh yeah,
polishing up their shoes.
Oh yeah,
took out a fresh fit.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Yes,
morning coffee,
everything.
And headed straight to the dealer.
Shout to Jessica Grandy once again. She dropped a comment in there. We appreciate that.
100%.
Meanwhile, you do have some other people, you know. They took it another way.
Yeah.
They wasn't as happy about it. And, and here at Rally Radio, we like to keep it a buck.
Fact.
We try to be objective and not subjective.
Fact.
You know what I mean? But,
we
tried.
Brother, what's that?
I don't know.
What's that, brother?
That's some people feel like that. I'm sorry.
Absolutely, man. You could. What do you expect though? Because it's like you said earlier, man. They at a point they had the lightning in the bottle. They had the lightning in the bottle.
I think Dodge had they spot, and now it's a wrap.
Really?
I'll be totally honest with you. I mean, you're gonna first off, shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We're gonna jump into the car just a little bit.
Okay.
Right. Now, we all talked about it. Last week, we talked about it, how March 5th was going to be the day of reckoning for Dodge. It was going to be releasing the new Dodge Challenger and Charger, Challenger, Banshee. I don't even know. Daytona. What is it called exactly?
I don't know, son.
They said by shout out to Jessica Green. She said by 2045, EV be taking over. I tell you what, by then, my clutch foot would still be about it. So I don't know if I'm going to be happy about that. But, it is what it is. But in the meantime, so many different names or whatever for the car. But ultimately, we just going to call it the Dodge Charger, right? And it looks like the Challenger is no more, by the way.
Oh.
They also erased that from history. Yeah, so.
Hold on. Because you're all right. Because they haven't, the two-door is the Banshee nonsense, right?
Yes. The two-door is a Charger Banshee or
yeah.
This is how they rolling with it.
Man.
This is how they rolling with it. So shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. You already knew that we was going to talk about it. And I know you see the thumbnail up above. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. Oh boy, I mean that's so loud. So many people out there clapping, but
right.
We're gonna get right into it, y'all. We jumping right into it. And you know how we get down. It got to be something if we going right in. But
let's go.
2024 Dodge Charger Daytona EV debuts with 2 or 4 doors. up to 670 horsepower and 317 miles of range. And there's a lot of things to cover here, but we're just going to jump into it real quick.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to know about the EV side of it, they're going to have the initial one is going to have like 450 horsepower.
Gigawatts.
Gigawatts. Gigawatts.
You said 445 gigawatts?
Yeah.
Ah.
So that's supposed to be their performance version. Let's get into that.
Okay.
The Charge is the first production Stellantis model to ride on the brand's modular STLA large platform. At launch, the Charger EV will be offered in 2 different trims. The Charger Daytona RT, which is crazy, and the Charger Daytona Scat Pack.
Come on, hold on. Stop.
They're
Stop.
wild.
Stop. Hold on.
They're wild.
I
gotta stop right there.
I gotta stop you.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. Good afternoon to you too.
Yo, it's no way we starting the show off like this.
Shout out to Clarence. You already know what it is. He tuned in early too. Yeah,
Let's
we going in today.
We appreciate that. But yo, it's no way they got the audacity. You talking about RT and then a Scat Pack?
RT and then a Scat Pack, brother.
I can't wait to see the Hellcat. I can't wait to see the new.
So apparently, according to Tim Kuniskis, there will be no more Hellcat.
No, I'm talking.
They're not gonna. He said it would be blasphemy to name this car Hellcat.
So how do they come up with RT and Scat Pack then?
I would like to believe. I'm telling you, man.
I mean, Scat Pack for the batteries make a little sense.
Nah,
that make a little sense.
I gotta stop the music because that doesn't make sense at all.
Somehow. Because
at the end of the day, how is it a Scat Pack? Like, I mean, they already did that, but this is them trying to sell it. So both models use a 100.5 kilowatt battery pack with 400 volt architecture, a 550 kilowatt discharge rate, and prismatic cells, and both have an electric motor at each axle. Dodge says both motors each can generate 335 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque, and the rear motor has a mechanical limited slip differential.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
I'm going to stop it because at the end of the day, this is how we feeling. But says normally the RT puts out total 456 horsepower, 404 foot-pounds of torque, 496 horsepower with the power shot boost function enabled. So this is something else that they're talking about. Looks like they're going to have, shout to Jessica Green. She said, what does that mean? I don't know either. As far as I'm concerned, when I hear discharge rate and prismatic cells, the only thing I could think of is that they're saying that these lithium ion batteries are like squared up next to each other and that they're inside of a case. That's about the best I could do.
Factor, I understand that.
Now, when they say limited slip, meaning all the wheels turn at the same time. However, from what I understand, there will be no rear wheel version. Ooh. Shout to the face you said, boo, we tossing tomatoes. Yeah, I'm telling you, kid. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, we're gonna be objective and not subject. Factory. That's our goal for today. Yep. Right? So now it looks like the Scat Pack offers 630 horsepower or 670 with power shot active, 627 foot-pounds of torque, good enough for a 3.3 second 0 to 60 time, an 11.5 second quarter mile, and 134 mile an hour top speed. Dodge quotes both models as having a curb weight of 5,800 pounds.
Stop it.
They said both models.
Stop it.
I ain't buying that. Both models is almost 6 bands. Okay. Which is 1,591 pounds heavier than the outgoing V6 all-wheel drive Charger and 1,244 more than a Charger Hellcat. And the weight distribution is said to be near perfect. That's like saying because Lizzo could dance, that her weight distribution is perfect. They say, yo, Lizzo be up there dancing, her weight distribution is crazy.
Son,
nah. I'm sorry. I know there's probably some Lizzo fans out there. I didn't mean.
Yo, these are stupid.
Shout out to the Facebook. You said all I know is a hybrid V8 would have set this up way better. Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Okay.
If we gotta have it, if we gotta go, it couldn't have been all electric. If it had with V8 hybrid,
Okay, so
but they definitely not doing that.
Another fun fact about this thing is
Let's
supposed
go.
to be like one of the most powerful muscle cars you can buy.
See, this is where I'm at. Shout to On the Mark Photography. He said, nah, Lizzo. I mean, she got some sort of weight distribution.
That's a fact.
Kid.
She do.
She be up there. I'm telling you. Meanwhile, right?
What is it? You think it's probably 47 on the bottom, 53 at the top?
I don't even. I don't know because it's like Sean he said we love a big girl that can dance, but not a toy robot. This is what I'm saying.
No.
I mean, listen, I don't know, man. I'm trying to be nice. I'm like, you know what? They really, I don't know. Like I said, we gotta see what else is going on with it. It looks like the EV version is not what everybody's reaching for. We already know that. Most car enthusiasts could care less about the EV version. However,
okay,
Dodge will offer a range of direct connection stage performance kits for Daytona, with both models getting 2 different kits. At launch, the RT comes with a stage 1 kit, 40 horsepower increase. And the Scat Pack is equipped with a stage 2, 80 horsepower increase. But in later models, you have to purchase the upgrades. Dodge previously talked about how these kits can be downloaded and installed over the air.
So more over the air work then.
Here we go. And they know the Banshee will be 800-volt version, and recent reports pointed to Banshee getting 900 horsepower. We could care less. They're gonna have a Dodge. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. Let me be objective and not subjective.
Yeah.
Brother,
What's that?
what's that?
What's that? What's that, brother?
What's that, brother?
I mean, yo, it's
But you know, Bitter One, you know, like you know what they doing right now. Like they trying to capture their new audience. You know, they new you know, loyal customers that's out there. The ones, you know, the people who like the computers and everything like that. That's what the AI, I mean, pardon me, the IT specialist. That's what they really trying to do. So you gotta give them, I guess, some sort of
sorry. All right. We ain't going there no more. I'm sorry, y'all. So it looks like retained from the concept is Dodge's Fratsonic chambered exhaust.
Oh wait, I don't think they heard that.
I'm gonna say it again. Hopefully I said it right. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention early. It's called Dodge's Fratsonic chambered exhaust that the brand describes as delivering Hellcat levels of sound intensity. The system uses 2 radiators and a series of shapely chambers and speakers to generate a real exhaust noise, including a distinct and loud idle. You'll even be able to rev it in case you're bored. There's also a stealth mode for the exhaust. This is crazy.
So another form of deception.
Another form.
Yo, son, are you kidding me? See, this is like they first off, they know what they're doing. They trying to reel certain people in right now. So.
Shout to Ace. He said he shout to Ace. He's off the moon. He said how that over the air updates works on your phone. I mean, like, I don't know. This is crazy. And listen to this now. A track package for the Scat Pack includes a 20-inch wheel wearing a Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3 tires. Whoa. Size 305/35 up front and a massive 325/35 in the rear. The track pack also comes with Brembo brakes with 16-inch rotors and 6 piston calipers up front, the largest brakes on any production Dodge, and available dual-valve semi-active suspension. Every Charger EV has a multi-link suspension set up front and rear, and even has the base brake disc on the base brake discs are nearly 14 inches. This is crazy.
I'm not surprised they got to stop it. It's 6,000 pounds.
It's 6,000.
They got to stop that.
They got to stop it.
Son, it's a tank.
It's a tank. My thing is, what's your thoughts as far as, and we're going to get into this a little bit. What's your thoughts as far as this being an automobile? Like, okay, fine. It's the EV. We already know where we going with the EV, right?
Okay.
I'm not a fan of it. Nobody here on the show is a fan of it.
Okay.
However, you're going to have people who may tune in who are a fan of it. And I would like to know what y'all think of that. But what is the point of this? Like, I mean, if it's going to be electric, why be so ridiculously powerful?
I mean, well, you know that's because that's how they're going to sell it. You know, that's supposed to draw the people back in. Like the ones they thought they lost when they start spouting out all these numbers in 0 to 60 times. All this inaccurate stuff, they think people want to hear that. Because think about it now, what happened to the whole climate of the auto industry when you start talking numbers and automatic transmissions? He's faster, he could pull more weight. Like that's supposed to get you excited. So I think in order to call this a real automobile machine,
Yes.
sure it could be. In some people's eyes,
Yes.
absolutely. This, for some people out there, they probably thinking this is the best Dodge could have ever done.
That's hilarious.
And then you got those who be like, yo, you could just turn around and put that in a guillotine.
So I would like to say this. I think that when it comes down to the electric model, right?
Okay.
When it comes down to the electric model, I'm trying to understand like why a performance electric car? Like, I think that's the part that boggles my mind. And like you said, yeah, okay, the numbers and they're gonna get people, but apparently the people who are buying this car could care less about numbers.
But remember, like they trying to get the people like me and you to get on board.
Oh no, that's not.
They trying to get everybody who's listening to us to get on board. Like, yo, man, he's talking about 660 and all this 0 to 60. Ooh, like that's supposed to get us excited. That's supposed to fuel us.
Yep.
But it's not.
It's not actually.
And that's what they hoping on. Like you just said, 315 rear section tires. Why?
Why
waste this time?
Why?
So I don't know. Like as far as it being truly performance, I don't think so.
I mean, like I said, I don't know if they were reaching for performance with it. I mean, like I don't know, like
16-inch rotors.
Like what you gonna do with a 900 horsepower EV? Serious? Like I mean, like really?
So you already got a hard time with a 700 horsepower Hellcat,
right? I don't know what, and you know if you crash this thing, that's it. There's no fixing it. I don't know. It's again. Brother, all right, I'm gonna stop because at the end of the day, shout to my guy Dave. Want to check in? He's in the building. Shout to my guy Dave.
I mean, let's be real though, Bedouin. Like, does it move you? 670 horsepower, 317-mile range. Does that?
No.
Like, what does that do for you?
When I see, they put the 670 horsepower in front of the range because they know when you hear the horsepower, you peak. You like, oh. But then when you hear the range, what? But like I said again, you know, these are the kind of things that we just can't guess for the automotive world. We can only guess for ourselves. And when I sit here, I know I wouldn't even look towards this thing. I wouldn't if I see it in the street, I may want to see it for what it is.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, to actually say I want to go out and purchase one, no. Even the gas power version, and I'm sorry. And I just got to be honest here. There's a couple reasons why. One, I'm way more of a purist and an enthusiast of autos than most people.
Hold on, right? Don't lose your train of thought. Why would they even waste their time with exhaust noises and you can rev it and what have you? Like, if you just in case you're bored.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. I think one of the reasons that they've done that, and Tim Kaniska spoke on that when they originally took it out for a drive. I don't know if you remember. It was about last year.
Yeah.
And he spoke about it. He said, "We will not go quietly." That was him letting them know that Dodge will not go quietly into the dark. And I get it. I do. And it's actually louder than a regular exhaust. By the DBs, it's louder. Shout to my guy. Shout to my guy. Daryl, he's in the building. Happy birthday, my dude.
Absolutely, man. Hope you
Happy born day, man. Shout to him. Shout to Miller Time NYC. He's in the building. Don't forget, if you tuned in, drop your name there so we can shout you out. Shout to Tisha. Shout to Tisha. She just joined the group.
Let's go.
Shout to Tisha Idolot. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
Appreciate that.
With that being said, like I said, I'm more of a purist.
Okay.
You know, I like, even if the car is going to be auto, okay. Even if the car is going to be
this
auto.
is the EV, or are we talking about
the gas? I still don't want no EV. But at the end of the day, if the gas power version, if it's going to be auto, right? This next thing that I'm going to read is really going to hurt some people's souls. And this is what I'm talking about. The 2024 Dodge Charger is all-wheel drive only.
Ooh.
Only. It is only all-wheel drive. That means there will be no more rear-wheel drive V8. Show me you can handle the cars. None of that. All-wheel drive with all of this power. And a lot of people think that's going to help them. But I'm going to point out a couple of things where it's going to be crazy. Shout to this. Says, regardless of the powertrain you choose, one of the 3-liter twin-turbo inline 6 engines or the electrical Daytona powertrain, Shout to my guy Sales. He's in the building early. All Chargers will spin all four wheels. Interestingly, Stellantis STLA large platform on which the Charger is based is flexible enough to accommodate front, rear, and all-wheel drive layouts, even with an internal combustion engine. That means it can house engines mounted both traversely and longitudinally. In other words, vertical or horizontal. You know how we do, right? Cross and long. Pause. In other words, Dodge could have made the Charger rear-wheel drive if it wanted, but evidently it decided against it. Perhaps the prospective market for rear-wheel drive Chargers was too small to make offering both drivetrains financially worth it. That does not make any sense.
It doesn't.
Every Dodge, Charger, Challenger, Hellcat that you see out there is rear-wheel drive. And how many of them do you see?
A bunch of them.
So you mean to tell me after seeing all of these Dodge, Chargers, Challengers, Hellcats, rear-wheel drive, it wasn't financially feasible?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You know why? You know why that's funny? Because all the base model ones I see, what are they that like the XXTs, whatever they call?
Right. All-wheel drive.
Yeah, I don't see a bunch of those.
No, you don't.
I see a bunch of the Scat Packs running around, the RTs, the Daytonas, all of those running around rear-wheel drive ones. So it's like right there, they
even the RTs, even the SRTs, not rear-wheel drive.
That doesn't even make sense. But see, I guess they've taken a play out of BMW book because now remember, the top of the line M3, M4, you only could get in all-wheel drive now.
He took a shot right there.
I know right there.
You might be right, but I gotta say, I think that's also a mistake.
Okay,
I think that's also a mistake, and reason being is because if you're not gonna give me manual, you could at least give me rear-wheel drive.
Damn, right?
If you're not gonna give the manual, if you're not gonna have a manual version,
it's like a double gut punch.
You know what it's like? It's like, well, what do I want it for?
But again, though, who are they really trying to, bring in now to the whole Dodge family? The brotherhood. Who they trying to bring into that?
I think on the low, Tim Knisk's gonna retire. Like, all right,
he probably is.
I'm done. So I gotta say this though, it's actually interesting. And like I said, getting back to this, they could have done it. They said it wasn't financially worth it, but Dodge will still let you engage in tire smoking shenanigans. Here we go. In addition to the Charger's typical drive modes such as Eco, Sport, and Track, I gotta laugh.
The Charger got an Eco mode?
It got an Eco mode. I thought I'd never see the day, but it got an Eco mode, right? The Charger also has what Dodge calls race options. You ready for that? Of which there are 5. You have line lock, drift mode, donut mode, race prep, and launch control. 3 of those race options are purposely designed for rear-wheel drive thrills. Again,
sounds like BMW. Because the M5, you can disengage the front and have the rear spin out.
But why?
And then with the BMW, they also have like the drift mode and all that.
Yes. So for those that don't know what these things are, line lock is like any other muscle cars or any drag racer car, rear-wheel drive line lock. For the most part, it locks your front wheels so you could get a nasty burnout, get prepared on the track if you got to heat up your tires, right? Now, the donut mode is the same thing. It allows the rear tires to spin, but also lets the car rotate around either of its front wheels without traction control or intervention. Drift mode gives the driver a choice of 3 slip angles while sending most of the torque to the rear axle and only using some front axle torque to help maintain a drift. This thing is doing it for you.
This is about to say, it's like, and first off, it's not completely disengaging in all-wheel drive mode neither.
Nah.
It's just transferring the torque.
Right.
That's all it's really doing.
Right.
So I gotta ask you though, and everybody out there listening, those of you who was pumped for this new gas engine V6 turbo, how do y'all feel now? Starting with you, Ben. How you feel about this one right here?
Nah,
I know you was excited a few shows ago. I'm just saying, I don't know. I was over here, trying to draw the line and saying, you was like, nah, SI, you bugging.
You see how he be bad mouthing me here on the show? Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention, because he always bad mouthing, man. Shout out to my guy Parker. He's in the building early.
Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Honest, keep it
and this is where Dodge had it and they lost it. You got a lot of people that's going to be looking forward to the gas-powered version. They called it the 6-pack twin-turbo 6-cylinder engine. inline six. Yeah, I was like, you know what? That could be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
550 horsepower. Sounds good. Twin turbo.
Sure.
So, but if it's going to be rear wheel drive, I mean, if it's going to be non-rear wheel drive, it's like, I don't know. It's like, like you said, you're not driving this thing anymore.
Nah, not at all.
It's driving you.
Yeah, they took you out the whole equation. And I'm learning like that's what a lot of these manufacturers is doing. Like they making these cars so precise where they could just take you out the equation. You just along for the ride.
Yep. It's
That's
crazy.
It. That is it. See, I knew something was wrong when they decided to call it, what you said, the 6-pack of whatever this is, the twin turbo. I knew something was wrong.
They called it the 6-pack.
I just knew it, huh? I knew it. I didn't think they was going this direction, though. Like no manual, only all-wheel drive. I don't know.
So like I said, to be objective, I know there's going to be a lot of drag races looking at this car.
Sure it is.
Because now the drag race game is more auto than anything. It's about, it's not really, you don't see too many powerful manual rear wheel drive cars that actually setting numbers. And if they are setting numbers, I mean that their driver is uncanny. And you don't see a lot of uncanny drivers out there.
But I got to ask you though, wait, this one still weighs the 5,800 pounds?
Yes.
Oh man, son. How are they going to be looking at this?
I don't know. I don't know how this is actually going to be.
I don't know.
Any good. Shout to Parker. He said it only sounds good for a honeymoon. And if you're coming from partying, you can never get a ticket or DUI if the car is driving you. That is a fact. But they also have a app for that called Uber. Just come pick me up and bring me home. Why spend $1,000 a month on a car when you could just pay $250 a month on a cab and call it a day?
Yeah, absolutely.
You ain't got to worry about parking. You ain't got to worry about tickets. You ain't got to worry about none of that.
And my next thing, you think this thing's gonna be tunable?
Well, they said it would. They said they'd be able to over the air tune it, meaning man. Like OS updates, stuff like that. Shout to Marlon. He said lots of modes that hide the fact that you are non-driving. Aaron is like he's on point. That's the fact. I mean, ultimately,
yeah.
And they've been setting up for this, and they've been watching a lot of the videos and things that they've been putting on social media.
I was going there, but yeah, I'm listening.
Because a lot of them are automatic. Spin the car, put it back. Everybody think they wheeling.
Yeah.
You see the kid that came out. You see the video of the kid that came out with the Hellcat out the driveway or out the parking lot, and he gassed it in the rain and lost complete control and crashed.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. He's coming out the parking lot. I thought he just making a right turn.
Nah, he wasn't even trying to make a right turn. He was just driving straight, and it went to the left. Shout to parking. He said that's facts. This is what I'm saying. They're not. They've taken the driver away from the car. And you know what happens after that? Mm-hmm. Then they just get rid of the car. So they're going to take the driver away first.
I mean, this got to be the next step because let's just, recap real quick. Like they got the EV with what 2 different variants?
Yep.
The Sky Pack powertrain or what have you, and then the RT.
Yes.
Making, 317-mile range.
So that's the Charger EV Daytona.
That's the Charger EV Daytona.
Yes.
And then you got, what's the name of this one?
This one right here is also the Dodge Charger. But it's a Dodge Charger Daytona, but it's not an EV.
All right, cool. You got these 2.
Yes.
Right? The EV basically doing everything for you. They trying to pretend, or like I like to say, they doing a lot of deception going on with that one, right?
Yes.
And then you got this one, the gas powered one that everybody was probably raving for, thinking like, Dodge came around. Yeah, they ain't let up, but they did let up. Automatic, all-wheel drive, all these type of different modes to pretend like you're actually engaged in doing something.
And you're not.
And like you said, next step, let's just get rid of the whole car. Or better yet, forget about the gas engine one and let's just make them EV.
Make them
you don't
all
even get
EV.
the option. Yeah, you don't even get the option no more.
Well, that's coming.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you see a lot of companies conform, it's like I get it, I understand. They have a business to run.
Sure, run the business.
They have to sell cars.
Sure, absolutely.
But it just makes me wonder,
appliances.
You might as well just not make these cars.
You know what?
You might as well stop making them. I mean, when I say not make these cars, I mean like think about that. A performance model where people are buying Tesla Model 3s and they're impressed with that. They're buying Tesla Model 3s that have 504, and they're running them in the streets crazy. Like, oh, look, I got a lot of power, and that's not really the case.
So you're trying to tell me like they lowered the bar and everybody's trying to go to, because people argue was down saying, oh, Tesla, they came out here and they raised the bar. Where? To who?
Let me tell you something. and this is going out to a lot of electric cars. At the end of the day, what makes that a better driving experience?
And
what makes any kind of electric vehicle a better driving experience?
That right there is $1 million question.
It's $1 million question. Listen, playing Gran Turismo the other day, right?
Yeah,
they make you do this Tesla race. So I said, I don't want to do it, but I bought one. So okay, I bought one. I ain't want to tune it, nothing, and ain't too much you could do. You take it to the shop, everything is closed, right? You only put tires and rims on, right? So I take this thing out to the track or whatever because I just want to get this track over with, right? And when you driving it, it's nothing going on in the interior. All you see is the pause D for drives. Pause. Crazy.
Son.
That was ridiculous. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that, but it is what it is.
What's that, brother?
What's that, brother? Ugh, I don't know, but it's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now, as I'm driving, this thing is silent. It's like you can't even tell how fast you're going. And it's scary, like in my opinion, man.
Yeah.
I just said at that point, I said I could never own this. Never own it. Never.
Yeah.
To me, owning an EV now is like, I mean, you gotta really not like driving.
I mean, more than that, because you still gotta drive anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
You still gotta. I think you really have to be against fuel injected vehicles. Well, I think that's what it really comes down to. You know, another thing that bothers me the most about this EV charger is like they haven't thrown this emblem on a car or a charger in so long. You know, the tuning triangle.
Yeah.
They haven't done that in so long.
The frats raw.
Yeah,
from like 1960s, 70s.
They haven't done that in that long, and they decided to put it on that. How do you do that?
Okay, so
is that a selling point?
Tim obviously Tim Kuniskis spoke about that too. He said that the reason he wanted to harken back to their past. One thing about Dodge's CEO, not Stellantis. Stellantis CEO is a different person, but Dodge's CEO, he is all into Dodge.
Okay.
So he knows history. He's not like one of these guys, shirt and tie. He don't know nothing about the car. He just there to sell them. No, he knows a lot about the history.
Okay.
So when he looked into it, that was their old direct connect, which is what they calling it now. That was their old direct, because you would be able to go to the Dodge dealer and buy parts.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
but how do you using? I just don't understand why put it on the EV though. Like
why?
I mean, I get it. You know, it makes sense now though. Direct connect, over the air updates, over the air tunes. So that makes sense. But you ain't even do that for the 170.
Right.
You didn't even do that when the Hellcat came out.
Right. So to get into it a little bit more, so everybody understands, these are the trims that they're gonna have. They have the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona RT. That is the first one. That's the 4-door one. That's the one that, you know, not base, but that's pretty much the base. That's the one with the power shot. Produces 456 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque with 2 electric motors, giving it all-wheel drive. Yada, yada, yada. Runs 4.7 seconds and 1/4 mile in 13 seconds. Okay, right? Now they also have the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack. So the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack, this is the 2-door model. Yes, there will be a 2-door Charger.
So they like you said, they just got rid of the Challenger, it seems like.
Well, remember, the Charger was always 2-door.
Yeah. It was 2-door first.
And when they made it 4 doors, like they really changed a lot. A lot of people didn't like that. They always wanted a 2-door Charger, but that's why they came with the Challenger, right? So the Scat Pack, this is one that's going to come with 590 horsepower, 627 foot-pounds of torque with the power shot mode and whatever. You'll be looking at 550 horsepower most in the driving. However, just like the RT Scat Pack, launch cars will come with a direct connection standard. This is also electric, right? Then you have the 2025 Dodge Charger 6-pack S.0 and 6-pack H.0.
Yo, that's ridiculous, kid.
So, with that being said, this is the one that's fully gas powered.
Okay.
Standard output is 420 horsepower, or the high output with 550 horsepower, making the latter version the most powerful Hurricane variant to data. Dodge is showing us all the flashy pictures, but don't forget this is going to be 4-door gas powered. Now, where else is this engine? This engine is also in their Wagoneer, the Jeep Wagoneer, and they also putting this engine in their new Dodge Ram because they've gotten rid of the V8 in the Dodge Ram and also the TRX version.
Yeah.
So all these supercharged 8s are gone.
Well, you got the turbo 6-pack.
Jesus, you say it like that, it just really hurts my feelings, man.
And those of you out there who was a Challenger fanatic, those are done. I need y'all to listen a lot. You know what I'm saying? Listen really, really closely. Them Dodge Challengers is gone, man.
They gone.
Sit.
Dodge has officially said that the Dodge Challenger is no more.
Finito. Done.
Said. So we want to know what y'all think. If you tuned in, paying attention, give us a call.
Please.
516-206-0711. We want to know what you guys think out there. You certified car guys and car girls out there. We know y'all out there. Give us a holler. We're going to keep it short because we got so much more we want to talk about. But what's your thoughts? Is this it? Is this it? Is this it for Dodge, or did Dodge do a good thing?
I feel like, I'm going to chalk it up to being a, pardon my vernacular. It's a bust, B.
So
I'm going to chalk it up to that for me. Son.
So you're going to say this is going to be a bust?
It's a bust. But don't get me wrong. Like you said, there's going to, shout out to Dr. Phil, there's going to be those who cop.
That's a fact.
There's going to be those who's cop. Like you said earlier, there's going to be those who's going to try to validate these things. 100%.
And not for nothing, they're already, listen, the one thing about this world that we live in now, it has nothing to do with what it is. It's just that it's the newest one. I'm going to buy it so people could look at my video or whatever have you.
Factory, absolutely. But other than that, man, this thing is a bust, man. I feel like like you said, Dodge, they got to run a business. I get it. But
yes,
this direction right here, and that's another thing I wanted to say. Why even call it a Charger? I understand has the perfect name. But why even slap a legend name on it, though? Like, that's the part that's really irking me. Like, or another part, rather, like.
I would not be shocked if we see a Superbird model. I really wouldn't. I would not be shocked if they tried to do a super, just because.
Yo, you might be on to something because you remember the Charger with the big wing on it?
Yeah, the Superbird, the Plymouth.
Yeah. So you're right. You're right.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. I'm gonna say right now, and I know we deep into the show. I'm gonna say this right now.
Yeah.
Bang or bust. I believe that for Dodge, I don't know if this is gonna really work for them. Because it's not because remember, the reason Dodge really took off is because it was affordable.
Yeah.
They haven't released the price tags on these cars, how much they're gonna cost. And if it's electric with batteries, we've already talked, those cars cost money.
Yeah, those averaging like 50 grand.
No, averaging 60, 70.
Pardon me.
So now we talking about we want to get a performance model. That is why I think it's gonna be a bust.
I'm still trying to understand why drop a performance variation of it. Why? Is it even still like? Do we consider that performance though? Like just because they talking about the numbers of 600 this, the 0 to 60s this, like is that still considered the same level of performance from a gas engine? Like can we still put those in the same category? Because there seeming not to be any sort of split. It seems like everything is just meshing together.
Well, that's what they want. It's easier. I'm telling you, they phasing the performance guy out. And I say this all the time. Whenever you go to a car dealership could sell thousands of basic economy cars.
Yeah.
But you ever notice that the sports car is inside and the tag is the highest on that car?
Factory.
The guy that goes and buys that sports car is really, really paying for that whole dealership.
Yeah.
And they know it.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, you know what? We can't totally get rid of the sports car. They can't. Because there's going to be a lot of people who's going to be like, yo, I just buy used whatever the hell and drive that around. What do I need a SUV or whatever for unless you got a family?
That's true. But another thing I'm realizing, they're going to have these people buy these performance versions of it, right? But now it's going to bring some sort of confusion because now they're going to show up to the car meets. They're going to show up to the racetrack. And they thinking everybody's going to be so accepting of them because it's a Charger or what have you. And then they're like, yo, man, what kind of engine's in there? He going to start talking battery specs. And they They gonna pop the hood. They gonna see like how Kit was the lightning bolt going back and forth. They gonna be like, fam, what are you doing? See, this is what I'm saying. It's gonna draw even further wedge. It's gonna draw further wedge in the car community, son, the car culture, because it's confusing.
I mean, like I always say that when I see a Tesla at a car show, I'm like, what trick you do?
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do? Like, I mean, wheels, tires. Okay, what else you got?
This is what I mean. It's like
they be like, yo, I dropped it. I'll be like, okay. What else did you do? I gotta ask, but at the end of the day, shout to SP. SP is in the building. Shout to SP to Dawn. We always happy to hear from my guy.
It's like they trying their hardest. I get it. They trying their hardest to get this EV thing popping. Because like you just said, this right here, it's gonna be a ghost town in the Dodge dealers for a little bit. It's gonna be a ghost town, son.
Except for that gas power. I'm telling you, man. I can see
you right.
I could see people jumping on that, but like I said, you're gonna bring it there and say, "Oh." See, you're going to bring it there and you're going to be like, oh, but it does this and it does that. And I'm just going to be standing there looking at everybody else. I'm going to look in the engine bay real tight and then I'm going to go.
Brother,
what's that?
What's that?
What's that, brother?
What's that, brother?
That's where I'm going to be at. I just can't. Listen, I can't buy it. It's just. Oh, we got a call.
Who we got in the box?
Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
What's good, Rally Radio?
Shout to, it sounds like
Ace right there.
Shout to Ace.
Yeah, we outside. I gotta take like 2 minutes to do this.
Let's go.
So, let's check this out. Oh, you talk about these numbers for these EVs, right?
Okay. Yes.
Fam, I get a new microwave. I don't invite you to my house.
Damn.
But I get a grill and I invite you to my house.
Now he got
you don't show up for microwave.
He got
you show up for grill. They cook. They both cook. But I ain't gonna be like, yo, come look at my microwave. Come about this new microwave. Come check this out.
Yo, he's right.
Am I wrong?
No.
Am I wrong?
Yo, can we give him the Mario coins, please? Let's go.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Wrong.
Damn, man.
Yo, and the thing, and I'm gonna do this real quick too. Why you have a gas and electric having the same power number? Why? That's stupid. You're eating your own food. They're eating their own food. They're eating right out their own market. They should have had, if they're gonna do the EV car, that should have been 600, 650.
Should have had more power.
Should have been the high end. Right? That's gonna be the car you want, the feature. It should have been high end. If I can get the V6 turbo with the same amount of horsepower as the EV, why am I buying the EV? And I'm gonna get the gas and I can tune it. I could tune it.
Facts.
Pull these turbos, put bigger turbos, and we gone.
And we up out of there. But they not doing that. So what is your thoughts then? Is it I know you got to break out. Is it a bang or a bust?
They bang. It's gonna bust right there. Never mind that.
He was about to go the wrong way. Whoa! He's about to go the wrong way. Let's go.
So what is bad? Is it bad for them or is it good for them? Bang or bust?
No, they messed that up. They messed it up.
Yeah.
They blew it. They blew it.
They could have did better. Okay.
They could have did better.
Okay.
They followed the trend, and now the trend is changed. The trend changed on them, and now they have nothing they can do.
That's a fact. They just did a cheddar bar.
They have nothing they could do.
The cheddar bar.
Cheddar right bar. In the foot. Right in the foot.
Damn. But you
now they're standing on the side of the stage. Yep. Okay.
You know what though?
The reason they made everything all-wheel drive, they watched all those takeover videos.
I was thinking
everybody's like, yo, all these guys got these rear-wheel drive cars. That's all they do with them. They're like, oh, we got it. So they're like, oh, people are like, oh, what can we do? What can we do? You can make an all-wheel drive. And you got to do. You have to plug it to do it.
But you
Right.
know what? It has the line lock and the donut mode and all this crazy stuff.
But you got to go into that. You
Yeah.
got to go into the options
Yeah,
now, and it
but
still doesn't fully
you
disengage
can
the front.
break that.
Yeah.
It's an electrical thing that can be broken.
I don't know.
And what happens when you break it? You gotta fix it.
And that's where they got you.
That's where they get you.
And that's another thing. To me, Dodges are not that reliable to be switching in and out of
Not
line
at all.
lock and all. Like, I mean, like, good luck with that. You know what I'm saying?
Gentlemen,
Yo,
that's it. That's my time. I gotta stop.
shout out to my
Yes,
guy
sir.
Ace for tuning in.
Let's
we appreciate
go.
you, bro. Go do what you gotta do, man. We know what
Yes,
it
sir,
is.
gentlemen.
Exactly.
All
Y'all
right.
keep it good. Yo, I posted a thing in the group. I don't know what you want to do with it. Take a look at it. Let me know.
Copy that. Let's go. All right,
All
Ace.
right,
Yes, sir.
Peace.
brothers, be good. Yeah.
Later.
One.
Oh man, Ace be sounding like he in the middle of a bank robbery. or
Son, we
something.
sound like he's on a mission, son.
Yo, he tuned in. Yo, I gotta go. Yo, he sound like
Mission Impossible, son. Yo, Ethan, you got 5 seconds to enter this one, kid. You gotta go.
This message will self-destruct. in 5
Fact.
seconds. But at the end of the day, shout to him, man. Shout to my guy, Dar Spalding's in
Let's
the
go.
building, aka.
Let's go.
Shout to SP again. SB said, remember the plan is to phase out ICE vehicles so the average consumer, it looks like the same vehicle. But true car enthusiasts see the bait and switch coming down the road. This is very true. I will say this, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I believe when it comes to bang and bust, pause.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I ain't confront that vernacular though.
Woo, that was crazy.
That
I
was-
didn't even know. That came off the wrong way. However,
Yeah.
I believe the EV version is going to be a bust. And the reason it's going to be a bust is because of the price.
Mm.
And Dodge is not known to have the most reliable cars.
Yeah.
You know, I can't front this Hellcat though. The
Yeah.
Hellcat, the V8, and all. Listen, I've seen those engines take beatings. We've seen them in videos, consistent smoke every day.
Yeah.
And still run.
Yeah, but those differentials though, they go out.
Those-
Especially on those scat packs, those go out.
Those diffs go out.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, I think on that side, the EV side is gonna be a bust because they're gonna look at this and say, well, I could just buy a Tesla.
Damn.
Serious. They're gonna look. Who is really gonna look in the
But wait.
performance?
Wait though. I like what you said though, but here's the thing. I don't know how much power that Plaid is putting out or gigawatts, whatever it's putting out.
Gigawatts.
Right?
Gigawatts.
It's seeming like this EV charger, that sound wow. This EV Dodge Charger
Yes.
is probably gonna make more gigawatts though. Out the gate versus you turn around, you gotta spend maybe 100 on the Plaid or something like that.
Come on, it's crazy.
Right? So now they're gonna turn around and get the Dodge then. If they really into the performance side, which
Listen.
I
Shout-
can't even fathom who's into the performance side on one of those things. They're gonna get the Dodge.
I don't
It's gonna be
know.
a cheaper option than the Plaid. I don't know how much is the Plaid. Do you have any idea? how
I
much
think it's like 130,000.
this is what I mean.
It's crazy.
So they might have a little market. See, they might have went after those.
But if you're electric, are you concerned with that? I don't know. That's the
That's
part
what I'm
that-
talking about. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. That bothers me. Shout out to my guy Kurt. Coach K's in the building.
Let's go, Coach K.
So I gotta say, now as far as the gas power version,
Mm-hmm.
because of the people that we have and the way the car community is now,
Yeah.
it has a life.
How is 6,000 pounds? Damn it.
It has a life.
It's 3 tons.
Listen, I quote, shout to Mar Fame. I'm gonna
Let's
quote
go.
him. He said that he believes that they're gonna be piloting these cars into the 9s on a quarter mile. That's what he said.
So hold on.
If
hold
they
on.
6,000 pounds, that's a lot of horsepower. But then again,
So how much does the GTR R35s weigh?
I think they weigh about 4,500.
Nah, they can't be. I was thinking more like 37.
Nah.
4,500.
Well, not 40.
pounds?
No, they can't be 4,500. You might be right.
Wow,
About 37 to
38,
4,000. I'm gonna
something
look
like
that up.
Something around there.
But when you think about it, right?
Mhm.
They already getting wiped by GTRs.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like if the because the GTRs, those are sailing into the 9s, no problem. You think this 6,000 pounds? Okay, cool. Let's say we do the work, we gut it out, we get it down to 5,000 pounds. 48. That's how much power now you gotta get to move that though.
And I mean, we are
It's gonna be
talking
a lot, bro.
We talking inline 6 twin turbo, right? We all know that power plant has created angels. It's created miracles. Think about how many
at
cars
6,000 pounds, bro.
Not at 6 bands.
That's
though.
different
You're right.
now. You gotta
Not
remember
at
that's
6,000.
different now.
Yes.
That's way different now. Transmission got to be on point. Everything surrounding that body, or the bones, more or less, have to be right, bro.
No, you're 100% right. I think
There's gonna be a lot of broken parts.
A lot of broken
parts, bro.
So, but I still think for whatever reason, the auto community is going to adopt the gas version.
I think it's like what you said. They're gonna find a way to accept this thing.
Yes,
100%. I agree with that 100%. Absolutely.
They're going to adopt the gas version. They're going to say, you know what? We love it. We don't know about y'all. We like it. Boom,
It's
boom, boom.
auto. It does the job.
It does what we needed to do. I could drive it like this and then bring it home. That is I'm telling you.
I could take it in the snow. I could bring it back.
And look at that. Look at me. So I could see them making a way for it. However, on the low, I believe that, they still going to sell. The gas version is still going to sell.
I think what's going to really happen, they can pull an engine out of those things.
And put them in what?
You can't put them in something else.
See, that's a hard, but this is not something you swap. This is not, and that's another thing for the electric version, for a lot of people that don't know. Like they said earlier, the platform is made to do whatever.
Yeah.
So whether it's electric, you could, and Tim Kaniska said this, you could take the electric batteries of, I don't even know, motors out of it and put an engine in it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would do that, but
this is what I'm saying. I feel like they doing or saying just about anything because they know where this is gonna go.
Yeah,
they know where it's gonna go.
I feel like Dodge missed the mark on this one.
I think they missed the mark. They spun back around and missed it again.
They missed it again.
Son.
They put line lock on and it never took off.
Okay, so we got these different variations of what happened.
Shout to the Facebook user. They said, they said the Charger has always been a boat. Now it's a battery powered boat.
Damn. Nah, it's more like a container ship, son. It's 6,000 pounds, bro.
I mean, think about it. And like you said, and and most of that is battery,
bruh.
You can't get rid of it.
But wait though, if it's the same weight as the gas engine, where's the weight at?
I don't know.
Basically, what we're saying, y'all see these in the street, pay attention, be careful, because if it hits you, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt a lot.
So with that being said, we just wanted to break it down as far as the trim is concerned. Y'all heard us earlier. It's going to be all-wheel drive. You're going to have, it looks like it's going to be 4 different versions. You're going to have, like we said, you're going to have the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona RT.
Yep.
That is the electric 4-door with 456 horsepower, 404 pound torque, electric, right? Then you're going to have the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona Scat Pack, which is going to be the 2-door version with a little bit more horsepower. It's 627 foot-pounds of torque. Then you're going to have the 2025 Dodge Charger 6-pack S.0 and the 6-pack H.0. Now, these are the gas-powered ones. So you have the high output, which is HO, the high output with 550 horsepower, and you have the standard output with 420 horsepower, making a little bit less of a version, making a little bit more horsepower than the HO version. They're calling the engine the 6-pack, and I think that's a great name, by the way.
Okay,
I definitely think that, Dodge really, when it comes to their marketing, they are true geniuses. They've sold all of those Hellcats all the way because of that. But it says
I think they sold it also because of that engine, though.
I think
what it was versus this.
I think that, but you know what though?
Got in the manual.
But you know what? I think that advertising also.
No, I think it's pretty good. I'm not disagreeing.
When they played that, I could feel a calm. When I saw that commercial, kid, it was like, yeah.
What do you think they can play for these?
It's electric.
Yo, for those out there who love
YMCA,
that's it right there. That is it.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just messing around, man. I apologize. That was crazy.
I gotta ask you though. Do you at least like the way this vehicle looks?
I'll be honest with you.
Keep it a bean.
If it was that 2-door, yeah. If that 2-door was manual, I don't. All right.
I don't don't know.
So here's the
I'm a
thing.
little-
I'm not a fan of the bar going across the as a light. I hate that. But now if there was some headlights that flipped out under that, like the original Charger, yes.
See, but if you notice, that's kind of where they was going. Like it's more boxy in the rear now. It's even more boxy than the Challengers were.
Yes.
As far as I'm concerned, the front is real boxy, it's real rectangular thin. You know what I'm saying? So
I would have loved to
don't
see
know.
headlights under there. If they, because remember with the old Charger, they had the headlights that flipped out under there. That'd have been crazy.
Yeah.
He said, Shawn, shut his mic off. That car is ugly.
I agree. I'm not saying anything is
Listen,
pretty okay. I think it's weird.
Listen, I think that if it had a nasty V8 spouting exhaust from the top roof or the sides, it'd be crazy. But because it's electric, I'm telling you,
It's even worse.
that's like, I'm telling you, man, people can't even look past that. And now you got to think about how many electric performance guys out there.
That's
That's
another
another
thing, son.
I'm on my Trump-ish. How many? How many of you performance electric
Literally
guys
though,
out
and if you guys are out there, if y'all know anybody out there, please give them the number. Tell them to call up, send a comment, send some, because I
Send some.
gotta know. I never ran into one yet. I never ran into an electric performance guy yet.
I can't.
However, though,
Mhm.
I have ran into people who drives on EVs and actually owns them, and everybody says this: the way it accelerates. That's it. They leave it there.
Yeah, but what happens when you get up there?
Yo, they don't talk about no brakes. They don't talk about the way it turns.
Can you
They-
stop?
Nothing. They don't
Nobody
leave it. They
cares.
leave it. Yo, the way it accelerates, and that's it.
Shout to my guy Green. My guy Green is in the building
go.
early. Shout to my guy Anthony Green. I will say, right? I will say the only thing that could come out of this is this 6-pack. Let's see where this engine ends up.
See, you know,
You ain't lying. What if they make a smaller version? What if they make something else?
I was gonna think or say rather, if they would have remember the SRT4.
Yes.
If they would have went back to the 4-cylinder route, I'd have respected that more. I'm sorry. I would.
In this car?
See, but then again, you have to scrap this whole thing. They should have just did that.
Yo, they could have went with the neon.
That's when they could have brought back the neon or something and dropped a crazy turbo 4 on it again.
And not for nothing, the name fits. Dodge Neon. I'm telling you, they got a couple where, Dodge Charger, Dodge Neon.
They I don't know, man. Like you said, the 6-pack or whatever. I want to see what it does. I feel like people's gonna pull that engine out and put in something else ultimately. Because have fun sailing a 6,000-pound vehicle down the track. Have fun with that.
And if you are successful getting that thing down the track,
yeah,
I hope
Mhm.
you have either parachutes,
3.
because now see that changes also on the drag strip.
Yeah.
The weight of the car trying to bring it to a stop.
Okay.
You're gonna need more than brakes.
Nah, son, you gonna need way more.
You're gonna need a haystack at the end of the track. Just crash into that. Just crash
right into.
With that being said, we're gonna move right on, man. We just wanted to enlighten everybody. We definitely wanted to see what Dodge had to offer. And if you watch the reveal,
Yeah,
which I did,
too.
which it wasn't really a reveal, it was a commercial.
Yeah.
And it was weird. It was like weird. Like Tim Kaniskis showed up with glasses on, and and he's like talking to the Dodge brothers, and they like, what is that? And who are you? He's like, I'm on your side. Like it was weird. It was like a weird.
It seemed like they was trying to sell themselves on it,
right?
More than sell us on it, though. Like you ever came across situations like that? Like you trying to sell yourself on something before you actually get somebody else to get involved with that?
Well, that's how it was when I was going to get that Hellcat. I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, I need this. She was like, no, you don't. I said, yes, I do.
So I'm saying.
And I tried to sell her on it. I understand that. But I will say this, however, right? It's still not gonna. I think it's a bust. I think the temperature is changing. I believe a lot of things are changing as far as this EV movement and things is concerned. The reason being is because people are starting to realize, one, either they can't afford it, two, they can't charge it, and three, they starting to realize that none of them really fit in your life. They don't. Now it's to the point where if you're gonna have that, you might as well just take Ubers.
Literally though,
you might as well just take Ubers.
And you know, another thing I'm learning about these things, they're like, they're very unpredictable.
Yes.
Like you're gonna get in there, you might not know if it's gonna start or not. Like it's very unpredictable if you ask me, and that's another big problem that people not really talking about.
That's true, and like
You know
we
what I'm
said earlier, like we were saying
It's
earlier,
like getting a
in our early shows.
Mercedes.
Wow,
Damn, I went
That was-
there.
yeah, you shouldn't have did that.
Yo,
That
no
was
vehicular trees in
That
here.
was vehicular
No
trees.
vehicular trees in here. I just felt it on my chest. I had to let it go.
Sheesh,
You know what I'm
pause, my guy. What is yo?
Chill,
Whoa,
sir.
that had to be the yo. All right,
Nah, kid, nah.
all right,
nah,
we
nah.
moving
Pardon
on
me,
because
nah.
that was
Listen,
wow. He
mute
said,
my
"Yo, he
mic.
said, I felt it on my chest. I had to get it off." Whoa,
Brother,
what's that?
that?
Yo, mute my mic, man. That's it. It's
That
time.
was reckless. With that being said, we're gonna move right on. Y'all know how we get down, man. It's the beard in one head.
S.I Shawn, baby. Let's
We're gonna
go.
jump right into the rest of the show. We got a lot of things we want to talk about here, but let me turn the music down a little bit. We won't scare nobody. However, that was not only the news that we had. It looks like Jaguars set a deadline to say goodbye to sports cars and sedans. Shout out to Marlon. He said flag on the play.
Damn. Chill, Marlon.
He
chill.
was wilding. I know, Marlon. Crazy. So, with that being said, Jaguar XF, XE, and F-Type end production in June. Surplus production to tide existing market demand over until new product lineup arrives. Jaguar left with only an E-Pace, I-Pace, and F-Pace, and SUV's four-door electric GT planned for deliveries in 2025. So we all know Jaguar.
Okay.
He said, "Excuse yourself, you."
Damn, son, they frying me
They
over
frying
there.
you.
I already
You
know,
was talking
man.
crazy.
I already know, son.
That had to be one of the craziest pause moments here on the show. That was, I don't think I've heard anything worse other than dropping.
Yo, he's OD now, son. Chill.
Said I felt it on my chest. I had to get it off. Oh my goodness. That was
man,
crazy.
Chill.
So, to get into it a little bit,
Yeah.
shout to SP said they are still trying to figure out how to get these EVs to work when it's cold. The EVs are not ready for this world. And shout to Green. He said, "Excuse yourself. You mean BMW?" Shaking my damn head. Talking about a Benz like that. Wow.
Yo.
That's why he had to be shut down, Green.
Yo, no, quick story, right?
He
Quick
had to
story.
mute his mic.
Quick story. Wifey driving to work the other day, right? So she's driving, and she see like smoke and a fire. So she gets past it, right? But she manages to get a little glimpse of it. And guess what it was?
What was it?
A 2018 E-Class
On fire?
on fire.
Wow.
She said the man was darting across the street, scared, waving his hands, ain't know what to do.
Help
E-Class
me.
burning up.
Help me.
I was like, whoa, this is like a movie.
I don't know.
So I
man.
don't know that. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I don't agree with that. But
Listen, I
but
got the video. I'll see you in the video later. I don't know. So I got footage.
She got receipts. But
Yeah.
with that being said, it looked like Jaguar's going to be on their way out. Now, Jaguar has bought us some of the greatest cars we've ever seen.
100%.
XJ220,
Oh man.
still a legend.
Oh man.
We haven't really discussed that one. I don't think that
not
one
yet.
has made it to the
Not yet.
bar yet.
Mm-mm.
We also had the F-Type.
Yeah.
You remember that? What was it? What was it? The X-Type or the
X-Type,
the
yeah.
Lil Wayne blang blang?
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time
yeah,
they come
yeah,
around
yeah.
and say they blang
Yo,
blang.
even the
Remember that?
even the XJ. I always thought the XJ was beautiful.
Yeah.
And even the what's the other one? The XKR, the crazy coupe, the supercharged one that they had.
Yes.
Oh man, they definitely bought us some winners, yo.
The SK8. I mean XK8. That is a mean little vehicle right there. But looks like Jag is going to bring it to an end. Jaguar US boss Joe Ebenart has confirmed that the premium British automaker will cease production of its sedans and sports cars in June this year, leaving the brand an SUV-only company for the immediate future. Models sold in the USA will end production, including the F-Type and XF, while the XC sedan, which hasn't been available in the United States market since 2020, also faces the axe. Speaking to another magazine, he confirmed that the majority of our products cease production in June, but they will be on sale for a much longer time. That's because they can't sell them.
Because you know what's weird? It's like,
Yes.
who are Jaguar owners? What do they look like?
They look like Jeremy Clarkson
You
from
stupid, Yo,
they look like Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear or,
you a fool.
or Grand Tour. I'm not gonna front. He loves Jag. He's like, give me a Jag.
Yo, I feel like Jaguars are actually hot too, but you know what's weird about them? It's like I feel like Jaguar they missed the boat, son.
Damn.
They did it, son. They missed it. Even when they tried to recoup with the F type.
They did.
Right, I was like, okay, you guys dropped the F type. You put out the illest one with no manual in it though.
I know that's crazy. Shout to Ant. Shout to Big Ant. He's in the building. And shout to Zoom for Zoom. He's in the building early. Let's go. We tuned in. It's live today.
And it's weird because I always thought Jaguars had like a certain place in the auto industry. Like,
Did
you couldn't front on a Jag if you seen one, son. Like, I don't know.
You're right.
Son.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
I personally thought they always looked exotic too. You may be like, nah, S.I, you bugging. I thought they always looked super elegant on the road, son.
XJ 220. That's what I live.
And that's what I'm saying. They had bounded race cars.
They did.
So I think what happened was Jaguar took a play out of Volvo's book, and that's why they are where they are right now.
Well, look at Volvo.
That's what I'm saying.
And who could care less about them? Like,
that's what I mean, though. Like,
who cares? Like, they was like, oh, Volvo said they want to go all EV. They wasn't already? I thought y'all was done already.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I always thought Volvo was on his way of hanging it up, because they haven't really put out nothing too spectacular enough.
In a little while, you see, he just said the Fordo wasn't even available in the States for like 4 years. I didn't know. I was like, this. Oh, really? Shout to Zoom for Zoom. He said a guy that looked like Pierce Brosnan would drive the Jag.
Y'all out of control today, son.
Yo, son, yeah, they wild. But you know how we do.
That's a fact. But it kind of saddens me a little bit though, son. Because Jaguar had a good heritage too.
Yeah,
that's a heritage company, son.
Is that Draco? Draco was in the building. Shout to my guy Draco. I mean, but with that being said, because we are who we are, we're gonna go down with the best 9 Jaguars of all time.
Let's go, son.
Number 1, Jaguar XJ220, 6.2 liter V12 at a top speed of 220 miles per hour. A lot of people, the V12 was ditched in favor of a twin turbo 3.5 liter V6. And we go again with a twin turbo 6. Okay. All-wheel drive cast aside in favor of rear-wheel drive. And the top speed fell from 220 to 212. But only 271 of them were built. Low numbers, however, meant that the XJ220 is incredibly rare. Porsche built 337 959s and Ferrari built 1,315 F40s. The Jaguars are lower than that. It's still an awesome car if you ever see one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how about this one though? This one's crazy. The Jaguar F-Type Project 7, son.
Oof.
Come on, son.
Ooh.
Come on.
There we go. The Jaguar F-Type Project 7. It could come with a V8 or V6, whatever you want. Came with a lot of power. Only 250 were built. That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
You got the Jaguar, and not for nothing. This is my favorite, my personal Jaguar XJR.
That one, that's what I'm trying
to
say.
That is a personal favorite of mine.
That one, bro.
If I could find one of those in which we won't, because I don't know if it was, I don't know if the XJR
they
was sold in the States.
They was never sold here.
Right.
They was never sold here.
5 liter V8, 550 horsepower, 500 foot-pounds of torque and 542 horsepower. It was deployed in a car that looked like it didn't even bother to do that. It looked like it was a regular sedan.
That's what I'm saying.
You piss it off.
Yo,
then it was a real car.
What about you remember the movie Blink Check?
Yes.
Right? They had a Jaguar XJ in there, right?
Yes.
5.3 liter CV12 coupe. That one right there, son. They sold that one from 1973 to 1979. That one right there, bro. I'm trying to tell you, like, Jaguar they had a way about them.
They were about performance.
That's what I'm saying. They had a way about them, B. And that's I'm like, dang, y'all really following Volvo over here?
They fell off. Then you have the XC SV Project 8. They have some cars. I'm like,
this is what I mean. Mind you, none of them in Gran Turismo neither, though.
No, which they should be. Tell you the truth, Jaguar's not even in there at all.
Nah.
Now you got me thinking.
That's what I'm saying. It's like y'all left the game all together. Like, what are y'all doing?
And I mean, but they do have the Jaguar X. They do 220. You got to get to
That's in a legendary spot.
It's in a legendary spot. So this XCSV Project 8,
I love
supercharged 5 liter V8 with 592 brake horsepower, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It had superior size brakes, carbon ceramic brakes, an electronic active differential with its own oil cooler, and if you want, just 2 seats. And thanks to the all-wheel drive, the Project 8 will sprint to 62 miles per hour in 3.3 seconds on its way to 200 miles an hour. Only 300 of these was made, and the owners of which we presume cannot shake the smiles off their faces. There you go again.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Like, so Jaguar, they have the heritage on deck, man. It's there. I just felt like they fell off.
Shout to Zuma. He said, "Hope you ain't got none of the Ford Jaguars on that list." Nah. Once Ford took it over, hit the floor. Like everything else. Hate to say it, man. Ford don't be doing what they supposed to do. But
not when it comes to like, taking over another sort of like ordeal. Like, they don't really do too well with that. But
they really don't. But you know how we get down here, man. We got way more for you. And for those that want to buy that EV Dodge Charger, for those that want to get that, just hear me out on this one. Over 338,000 Jeep Grand Cherokee SUVs recalled due to wheels that fall off.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. We just want to make sure y'all hear the kind of company you about to buy an electric car from. Good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? But I know that's foul. Stellantis has issued a voluntary safety recall affecting 338,000 Jeep Grand Cherokee SUVs in the United States. Under the spotlight are 2 specific models, the 2021 to 23 Grand Cherokee L, which is the expensive one, and the 2022-23 Grand Cherokee. The affected vehicles are manufactured between December 3rd, 2020 and May 30th, 2023, according to the safety recall. You know how this get down. The NHTSA, actually the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, recall was prompted by an investigation addressing a potential dangerous defect in the upper control arm pinch bolts that got damaged during vehicle assembly.
What?
That's crazy. Says the defect centers around the possibility of damaging USCA pinch bolts to a fault during vehicle assembly. If the USA pinch bolt is compromised, there is a risk of loss of clamp load, all of that. At the end of the day, you're gonna crash a car. That's all we're gonna say right there, because they're going into a whole bunch of different things, trying to make it seem like it's this real small thing. But at the end of the day,
it's tremendous.
When you say upper control arm, I'm nervous.
First, the potential wheel flying off, that's a big problem for me.
First, right, I have a problem with wheels coming off the car.
Not when I think they're bolted on, or
Right. You remember that song, The Wheels on the Bus?
Oh man,
that's hilarious. Nobody talked about the wheels on the bus when they was kids, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's a fact.
But that's also some of the news. So think about that next time you're thinking about getting that. Be careful. And we got one more for you before we move on. It looked like Waymo taxi service.
Waymo accidents. Let's go.
Waymo accident days. Their service has been approved for California expansion.
Wow.
So for those that don't know, the Waymo taxis, these are the driverless taxis. These are the taxis that don't have nobody in them, and they can take you as far as you want to go.
Yep.
Right?
But they scared of fog. They run over old ladies and they hit dogs, though. So they pay attention.
And he's not lying. If you listen to any of Rally Radio's past episodes, you would have heard this. But, don't forget, tune in Saturdays, 12 noon. Absolutely. You know where to find us, right? So it looks like California is going to expand the program. Now, remember, they just had people rioting out there, setting one of these on fire in San Francisco. Them San Francisconians is wild. But listen, this is the kind of stuff they want to do.
You know what bugs me a little bit, though?
What's that?
I look at this Waymo vehicle, right? It just looked like something out of RoboCop.
Sure do.
Cameras popping out the side of the fenders. This wild thing on the roof, like
Ed 209.
Yeah.
Leave your car. You have 20 seconds to comply.
I'm telling you, so that's what it's doing right now for me, bro.
Good luck with that. So with that being said, y'all know we get down, man. We've reached the end of our drivers. Oh, we didn't even announce our part of the show. We just jumped right in. But now we're going to get right into our
weekly specs. Auto news for all the listeners, only on Rally Radio.
Actually, our weekly specs today is going to be racing news. Shout to Raja Karoof for winning.
Yeah,
he gets his historic first NASCAR win in Las Vegas. Shout to him. Karoof joins Wendell Scott and Bubba Wallace as the third black driver to win a NASCAR National Series race in the history of the sport. Could we put the
Yeah.
camera? We've only had three
Yep.
NASCAR winners in all this time. Is just amazing to
That's
me.
ridiculous, huh?
And we know what Wendell Scott went through.
Mm-hmm.
We know what he went through.
Mm-hmm.
We know Bubba Wallace. We know what he's going through right now.
Yeah.
But shout to Rajar Caruth for getting that victory in Vegas and doing the wild burnout after that. He said he told fans there's more to come. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout to him. We love to see those young boys get it done, man. But that's something we want to talk about. It's crazy that NASCAR has only had 3 black people ever win a race there.
That's weird.
It's not. It just goes to show that we didn't really care about. We didn't really, gravitate to that racing. But now,
we did gravitate to it because you had Willie T. Ribb. He was out there going crazy, but they was giving him hell behind that.
Giving him hell.
So you're right. So you got a point though. Like we kind of fake stayed away from it a little bit like that.
Right.
You're right.
I mean, they just recently took down the Confederate flag.
Yeah.
Remember, NASCAR said, no, we got to take it down. So they took down the Confederate flag, and now you're starting to see more black races, more black people get into it. Even Michael Jordan, who Bubba Wallace races for. He races for the Jordan team of NASCAR. Shout to Mike.
Let's go.
Number 23 is back. So the next time you're going to buy Jordan and they say, he don't support that. Remember that he is one of the only black race teams in NASCAR right now. So keep that in mind. But with that being said, we got a whole bunch more news on that front. Max Verstappen, aka the Juggernaut, aka
Whoa, really? That's what we calling him out?
Pause. I mean, listen, nobody could beat him, son.
Yo,
Hammy not beating him.
Listen, man, Hammy, as I'm realizing, man, Hammy's going through a couple things with Mercedes right now. I think for one, Mercedes don't care. And I think for one, they messing with his car. They probably making him lose power in certain corners because they could control that from where they at.
They could, but
they could do all that.
I don't know because they. But then again, we got a lot more to talk about when it comes to F1 anyway. Because come to find out, there's been a little bit of fixing going on over there. We're gonna talk about it. Yeah. But Max Verstappen wins Bahrain Grand Prix amid Red Bull turmoil. So we all saw the race. He dominated. He won by 22 seconds.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, the man was wilding. He was definitely driving. However,
he was racing by himself practically.
Wow. However,
let's go.
There's been a lot of turmoil with Red Bull itself. Red Bull has found Christian Horner not guilty or whatever they was doing.
All the accusations going on.
All the accusations and things going on. Max Verstappen pops pretty much told him like, if he's not here, the whole team is gonna blow up. And then of this speculation or whatever they was interrogating him and interviewing him about, they turned around and suspended the female who put in the complaint.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm shocked they even suspended her. I thought because they figured out like, yo, hold on, he didn't do none of this.
I think it's very interesting. I think they suspended her. It was like, oh, you know what? But there it is.
I thought she was going to hit the road though, but suspension, she'd be back with more accusation.
Yeah.
She ain't done.
She ain't done.
Nah. Because you know what's interesting about it? It's like, yo, what went on for it to even go that route?
Who knows?
Right? That's what I'm saying. So she probably gonna come back and dig some more stuff up. Bro.
And not for nothing, F1 never released none of this.
Yeah.
Red Bull never released none of this. We don't know what happened. Only thing we know, he was being tried for inappropriate activity.
Factory.
So we'll see. I guess and they had a whistleblower that came out and showed some text, and they don't know what happened there. But in the meanwhile, it looks like there's been an F1 whistleblower that's been going all the way around everywhere. Shout to my guy Green. Yep. He was talking about NASCAR. He said flag is gone, but the demeanor and mindset of the person is not going to change. He said it's like a Klan man taking off his face hood and putting it in his pocket. I'll say this. I wouldn't expect them to change if that's who they are. And I'm like you said, we're not gonna say all people are like that watch NASCAR. But if there are some that are racist or prejudiced or whatever, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna weed them out by attrition. In other words, when they leave, what comes up behind them? That's why the youth is very important. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Put more black races there.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll be a mixed run, and that's one thing that I could say. Shout to Hamilton. Yeah, he said that. He said that a lot of families, for what it costs to put their children in racing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
it's a lot.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of families be like, yo, you go to college and get this and get. None of them say be a race car driver. It's just another lifestyle.
And, you know, and also with the whole NASCAR thing, just like with the F1 and, you know, a bunch of sports, whatever like that. A lot of times you get pulled right in this though, because your people was doing it.
That's a fact.
So it's like it goes down to that too, though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I find that very interesting though, because NASCAR environment is gonna change. The temperature over there is gonna change. Because remember, they got Shawn T. She's over there getting busy with them. You know what I'm saying? Lockwood, she's doing her thing over there. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna get even better, man, as time goes on.
I can't wait to see. But Green is right though. You know, sometimes these guys just can't turn it off, and that's
sure. They don't.
Just don't come over here with it, kid.
Man, they don't gotta turn it off. But if I'm wearing you out on this racetrack, it don't matter.
Ain't nothing.
It don't matter.
And ain't nothing you could do about it.
Nothing you gonna do. Exactly. What you
ain't
gonna do?
Nothing you could do about it. You can't beat me.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, that's just what's not necessary anymore. You know what I mean? Like, not saying it don't happen.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know how we do here at Rally Radio. But with that being said, man, we're gonna talk about this next little bit of tidbit.
Before we move on, though, Max Verstappen was like, "Yo, man, today went very well, or the race rather went very well." He said he had a lot of fun. You was racing by yourself.
He's dominating, bro.
Listen, man. Like I said, Lewis Hamilton was having a lot of complications with that car.
He spun out a couple. Like, I think he went too deep into a turn.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, he had a lot of problems. Even it was a part of the race when he was having problems with the power of the car. So I'm trying to tell you, like, mind you, we got a caller. Mind you, during qualifying, he set the fastest lap.
Rally Radio, who we got in the box?
Who we got.
Oh, what happened? Okay, caller, just hit us back.
Factory.
But with that being said, F1 whistleblower says FIA president fixed a race result to benefit Alonso. Oof.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff going on, kid.
According to a BBC Sport, a whistleblower reported to the FIA that Ben Sulayem allegedly intervened to overturn a time penalty issued to Fernando Alonso during that race. The 10-second penalty was awarded when the Aston Martin crew touched Alonso's car while it served an unrelated 5-second penalty in the pit, something that explicitly is against the rules. So it looks like the FIA president Mohammed Ben Sulayem used his authority to influence the results of the 2023 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. That's I remember this too.
Remember, man, they got money in that thing. It's yo. When you think about the whole dynamics of it, it's crazy.
I mean, they got bread.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, he got money on that race, baby. You don't think he gonna?
Well, I mean, he is the president.
Sure. Why he can't have money on it though?
It says the British news outlet claims to have seen Bassari's official report and corroborated the information with several senior figures in F1, all of whom agreed to have received the same information but chose to remain anonymous. The 10-second penalty demoted Alonso from third place to fourth, forcing him to relinquish his podium position, trophy, and championship points to Mercedes' George Russell. A few hours after the race ceremony concluded, however, FIA stewards rescinded the penalty and reinstated Alonso as the third place finisher. So they took Russell out of it. I mean, they put Russell in as the champ.
Yep.
Sprayed the champagne.
Yeah.
And then when that's all said and done, he really didn't win that race. Wow.
Come on, son.
Now it looks like Ben Sulayem could have pulled some strings to favor Aston Martin and Alonso. Again, it's worth highlighting that all of this took place during the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And for those that don't know, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix is going on right now. It went on earlier today.
Really? I thought it was next Thursday.
Nah, I think it's this. It was today. They did the practice runs and all of that yesterday.
Oh, snap.
Remember, shout to Marlon. He said the next two races they're gonna be running on Saturdays due to Ramadan. So it's gonna be interesting. So now, with that being said, knowing that they can fix a race, who's to say they're not fixing races for Max Verstappen?
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Not fixing for Hamilton to assure that he does not get the 8th champ, because we already know Lewis Hamilton, being a black man, would run that he would be known as the best F1 driver
Yeah.
with 8 championships.
Let's keep it a Beano. They not trying to have that, son. They can't.
They
Can't do it.
They can't.
They like you refuse. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. I was watching the qualifying, right? Yo, Hammy was laying down times around that track. Bro.
As a matter of fact, you know who holds the record on that track?
Who?
Hamilton. Hamilton holds the lap record.
This is what I'm saying
for that
son.
track.
This is what I didn't even know that. This is what I'm talking about. And then you trying to tell me when race time, when game time comes, he's fumbling?
No. He holds the track record all time for that track.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yes. He holds the all-time record for that track.
Come on, man.
Very interesting.
Come on, man.
But he can only come in 8th.
Come on, this is what I'm saying. He was only battling 9th, 8th, and 7th. He couldn't get past that. How? Come on.
This is what I'm saying.
What? Come on. His tuning package got messed up. What happened?
Boy, this guy's language. Oh man.
The tuning pack can't even. Damn, you know what, man? Mute my mic.
You got to mute his mic for a little minute. He has to serve a penalty. But with that being said, you know how we get down here, man. We about to move right on. You know how we get down. It's our favorite part of the show. This is where the car guys, you get to talk the way we want to talk. You know, do what we want to do, say what we want to say. So with that being said,
Tech Talk with Pop the Bearded One and S.I Shawn.
Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. You know how we get down, man. We are in the building. So for our Tech Talk today, it looks like Lamborghini Huracan is going to have a swan song. It looks like that's going to be it. The Lamborghini Huracan STJ coming as Huracan STO's hardcore big brother. And I think this is going to be it after that. They said that the trademark filings are there and that this is going to be, it says the trademark filings have leaked the name and logo of the final send-off for the V10 powered Huracan family. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I feel like the Huracan was great, but I feel like it didn't get enough love though. Reason being because, you know, the Gallardos, you know, this was the successor to the Gallardo.
Yes.
This never came with the manual because it's at the time, I guess, when Lamborghini was like, you know what, we go with the manuals or whatever like that.
Yes.
But I feel like this car didn't really get its shine. You know what I'm saying? Because I have recently started doing a lot of research on because, you know, they got the Performante, which I think is the best one of all time.
Yes.
The Performante Spider. You know what I'm saying? Convertible joint. But it only makes sense, man. What do you think they're going to do with it, though? Because it has the 10 in it. They're going to drop the 10, scrap the whole car.
Yep.
And come out with a whole EV model.
Come up with a whole EV model. I think it's going to be interesting. I don't know how this is going to play out. I'll be honest with you. I mean, as far as it being a Lamborghini and then them sending it off, we already knew it was coming. Yeah, Lamborghini's already working on their electric model. Good luck with that.
You're right, because they definitely got rid of the Aventador too. They pushed the Aventador to the side. Huracan's next. This is like, it sucks every time when you like, because remember, Lamborghini with that V10 like that. Oh man, son. You ever heard one person? Matter of fact, you driven one, so you know.
Oh, yeah.
How was your experience with that? Tell them a little bit about that, real quick.
Well, I'll tell you what. Shout to my guy. Let him remain nameless. I don't know if we want everybody to know, but you got a Lamborghini Huracan,
black one, right?
White.
White? I thought it was black.
Nah, he had it wrapped.
Okay.
He got it wrapped. Nice wheels, but it has a tune on it, which is what I didn't know. He was like, "Yo, you know, take it up the block." I said, "Okay, you know." I baby it. Shout to BP. He was in the car with me. And we actually took that car. I had a little bit of fun with it. And I will say it is beyond like, okay, fine, the way the car looks.
Okay.
So that right there grabs a lot of different eyes. But performance-wise, though, when you put it in Corsa mode, meaning you got to put it and you pull both levers, when you pull them back and it goes into Corsa mode, now.
Yeah,
that car is backfiring. Yeah, I mean, it was such an experience. I really didn't get a chance to. I didn't drive it hard. Yeah. Like I was like, because if I crash this thing, I gotta sell my house.
Nah,
that was not gonna happen.
You know, one thing about these cars, like the Lamborghinis in particular, I think they're great street cars and great drivers' cars for the most part.
Yes.
But they ain't really have too much of a wild race history. Like
Ferrari, they don't.
You know, so. I kind of see why, like, they fast, but they not really like, you're not gonna be taken away like you are, because it's obviously gonna be a 500 plus whatever V10 monster, but it's not one of those like Lamborghini's not one of those brands where you like, oh man, we truly lost a great one. I feel like when a Gallardo left, it was a little bit different. That kind of hurt it a little bit more.
I think the last great one was the Aventador.
Damn, really?
I think
I don't even think the Aventador was the last great one, son.
I think that Aventador was beyond, like they just showed you what they really capable. Like, okay, fine, you want to see something, but they do have their hybrid version now, 1,000 horsepower. I'm not impressed.
But this is what I mean. I feel like their last real good attempt, if you ask me, was the Murcielago.
Nah, no way.
I do. Reason being because it came with the gated 6-speed. That's the only real reason why. Like the true last driving Lamborghini had to be that, as far as in the line of Aventadors. That's it. I'm drawing my line in the sand, son. I'm drawing my line in the sand. That's it.
He drew his line in the sand. I will say, I think the Aventador was it. I think the Aventador was the last great one. But with that being said, Lamborghini, it looked like the Huracan is definitely going to get its swan song.
Yeah.
It's going to be sucking that. I can't get it. Pause. That was crazy. I meant to say that's gonna suck that we can't have it. Pause. That was wild.
I think you got me with this one, so you won.
Whoa.
Bradley Radio.
Yo, shout to the two.
Yo, let's go.
What's going on, Ace? Is that you?
Yeah, man. Yo, mute his mic. What is he talking about?
Pause. It was.
Yo, mute his mic.
That was me.
Turn his mic off.
Yeah, because he said that was the last greatest Lamborghini.
Yeah, he's tripping.
Son, that was the last real one. That was the last real one. I'm sorry.
Why? Because when you get an SVO Huracan with the gated shifter, could have got a Murcielago with the gated shifter.
No, but see, that's what I said. The bidding one disagreed with me. I was like, the Murcielago was the truth.
The Aventador V, you could have get an Aventador V with the shifter. They had to get the models though. You had to pay a little extra for the high end model.
For what? A manual Aventador?
Yeah.
Yeah. I need receipts, baby. I don't know about that one.
See. Go ahead, Ace. Because
yeah.
He hard of hearing.
Right. Because Lamborghini does give the people what they ask for. Right? They ask for it. They just look at the damn thing. They're insane. They're not tame. They're not pretty. They're nuts. Pause.
Whew.
Right? They design. They're designed to look like airplanes with wheels.
That's a fact.
Okay.
Right. This is what little kids draw when they draw cars.
He's right. Right.
Here's the thing.
And so.
Right? I'm listening.
No, go ahead. I want to hear that.
Lamborghini did the research or whatever, and they figured it doesn't justify them building it in the manual, son. And if they would have possibly built it in the manual, it would have been an extra $25,000 over the original sticker of the Aventador, or for that matter, the Huracan. So that's it. I don't want to really like the Huracan. The Aventador was nice. Don't get me wrong, it was hot, but it was not the last true Bowden one. I'm sorry, it's not. If we talking pure numbers, then sure. I guess the bidding one and you guys, y'all like the hybrids in it. Y'all got the little, y'all over there. Y'all over there a little bit.
Oh, we can't hear him anymore. All right, let me bring him. Oh,
I'm talking purely driving experience.
The sand is uncalled for.
I'm just saying, pure driving experience. As far as the big V12.
There it is again. I don't know what happened. I think his there he is. Okay.
You know what? I'm done. You know what, Ace? Let's hear it, Ace. I'm done, man. Forget it, man. Forget
it. He can't help himself out here, Ace. He can't help himself. Are you ready for the Dragon's Tail, brother?
Yes, sir. We getting there. We are getting there.
Nice.
All right. Classic Hondas on the Dragon. Be ready. October.
Ooh. Yeah.
We all running.
That's it.
Let's go.
Oh, that's gonna be nuts.
That's gonna be
crazy out there.
Yes. Gotta find a good spot. But you know what it is, man. We're gonna continue on with the show. Glad you was able to chime in from the moon. Sound like you took a break from the bank robbery like you was doing last 30 minutes ago. So he's back.
We made it. Yeah, we calmed down. We off the people's side.
All right, we're gonna get back to it. You already know what it is, man.
Y'all fellas have a good one, yeah?
All right,
yes, sir.
Peace.
All right.
Shout to Ace One for calling, and you already know what it is,
Absolutely.
man. With that being
Absolutely.
said, it looks like the 240, Nissan has developed a upgraded head for the 240Z after its retirement. Shout to Ann. He said, "What's the date for the Dragon?"
Ooh.
that we're gonna keep that in the group.
Yeah.
Because when we put it out to the public, we don't want people chasing us. No, I'm messing around now. But we're going to put it out in the group. Shout to Ann. Thanks for asking. We definitely going to put it out for the group because I think listen, if you have not been to the Dragon's Tail, then you don't know what driving is.
Factory.
That was a lot of fun. But Nissan develops a major 240Z head upgrade decades after its retirement. It looks like Nissan, again, they're taking a page out of the Mazda's book where they said they're going to start putting out more parts for their nostalgic series and everything. So shout to Nissan for finding the time to do this at a time when nobody's building anything outside of these Japanese cars.
GTRs.
Listen, they may have built the GTR, but you see on the other side, they making engines or heads of engines for a car that's damn near 50 years old.
That's amazing. I do appreciate that they are doing that though, but I don't know if it's the right time.
How would it not be?
I mean,
it's never the wrong time.
They over here in turmoil. They getting ready to Maxima. They getting ready to ditch the GTR. So
you like
I
the
don't
Maxima?
know. I mean, the Maxima.
You like
the Maxima
4-door auto?
No. I'm really referring to just the whole Maxima period. Like, my real favorite one is the 02, 03 one, the 6-speed. That's where I really live at with those. But I'm just saying, Nissan is always in some sort of turmoil, and they turn around and want to develop upgraded parts for engines. Like, I think
it just goes to show where their heart really is,
which is cool. I could appreciate that.
Yeah, it goes to show where their heart really is, man.
But they could have dropped the R35 with a 6-speed in it though. But that's neither here nor there though. You know what I'm saying?
You ever seen the build for that car?
Yes, it is.
You ever seen how they built it?
Absolutely.
So if you see how they built it, you see they never could have did that.
They could have if they would have thought about it. Think about it. If you don't build around it, then how could you eventually want to do it when you're done now, right? Think about it.
I tell you what, we'll see.
Think about it.
We'll see. With that, this guy's committing vehicular treason.
I'm just saying.
Every which way, yo.
Look,
he's like, yo, vehicular treason. Yo, treason. But it is what it is. We're going to move right on. We got more show for you because this guy, if we let him go, any car that's not manual, you will not make the cut. But we're going to jump right into this next one. This is our driver's etiquette for the day. Check out everybody. Let's go.
Driver's etiquette. Because sometimes you got to get this off your chest.
All right.
Yeah.
This is our driver's etiquette. You know how we get down here, man. It's the bearded one.
Let's go.
S.I Shawn is in the building. Now, this is our driver's etiquette. Everybody knows that the driver's etiquette this is like where we get to really, really chat and really talk to our people and they hear us and we hear you. You know what I mean? With that being said, Rally Radio. Who are we and what do we do? It's a very interesting one. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention, wherever you tuned in from. If you are tuned in Facebook land, don't forget, you can follow us at YouTube at Gutterball Rally. You know where you can find us. You can also find us on Instagram at Gutterball Rally, Instagram at Rally Radio Podcast. That is also us. But with that being said, the Mercy was dope. That's Draco.
Come on, son. Yo, son, remember the little winglets on the side?
Yes, sir.
Remember those came out at a certain mile an hour?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Functional.
Come on, son.
But
the dual exit exhaust at a tilt. Come on, son.
Thanks, Draco. See what I got to deal with now.
Come on, man.
Well, with that being said,
let's go.
Who are we?
That's a good question, man.
Who are we? Who is Rally Radio? Rally Radio was brought. It was birthed out of not necessarily like you got most people they do things like, oh, you know, they want to financially get ahead or whatever.
Okay.
That's not why we started this thing.
Yeah. The
reason we started this was just to have a place where we could talk cars with car people.
Yeah.
And we felt that it wasn't enough representation, especially for us. It wasn't enough representation. Not necessarily guys that could afford to drag race. Like when you get guys that's spending thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars. Yeah, they doing all of that.
Yeah.
And then you have those who have teams behind them.
Sure.
Well, we just talking about the car guy. That's really who we are.
Yeah.
We wanted to have a representation for the car guy, that they could have a voice and they could call up and they could have something to say about a lot of these things that's going on. So that's really who we are. Right? We are a radio show that shows off as a podcast is what we do. We are live on Bars and Hoops Radio right now, but we also show off as a podcast. And what do? We like to bring you all the automotive news that we can bring you inside of this 2 hours. And we like to give you our opinions, some of our opinions based on some of these things. That's who we are. Absolutely. But as far as who we are as a unit, there's a lot of us. There's a lot of Rally Radio outside. There's a lot of Gutter Ball Rally outside. There is me. There is S.I Shawn here. There is Ace. There's a lot of different people. There's BP over here. But there's also you. You are Rally Radio. You are Gutter Ball Rally. Reason being is because we all most likely look at a lot of these things the same. We may have a difference in opinion here and there. Yeah. As far as got 6-speed guided shift on a Gallardo versus an Aventador.
Yeah.
But we are all truly one and the same. And we felt like there was not enough representation for that. Either you're rich or you're not. But that doesn't mean that it makes the car guy.
Factory.
It doesn't mean that. A lot of times we have cars that could be afforded by anyone. Sure. Some of us, right?
Sure.
And then we have some that they're hoopties. But at the end of the day, it's whatever you do to your car. We wanted to represent that. So that to me is what Rally Radio is. That's who we are. So we have a lot of different things coming up. We have a lot of different ways that we're going to be doing things. So we have we're going to have a couple of other type of videos that we're going to be putting on our channel, because now we want to broaden our channel. We want to broaden our horizons. We want to do different things. We want to show people different things. So we're going to be doing a lot of different things for this channel. Obviously, that's not easy. Obviously, that's not something that, we could pull off by ourselves. Yeah. But there are a lot of things we want to do. But with that being said, the reason I wanted to save him from himself. But the reason we even wanted to bring that up, or the reason I wanted to talk about that, is because we need your help now. What we need from you, subscribe, share, let other people know, put it in the groups, because we feel the more the merrier.
Absolutely.
Let them know. We going on with Shout to Miller time. He said, thanks for your passion and your dedication and education. Yes, we try. That's what we do here. We may not, like I said, as car guys, we may not see things eye to eye all the time.
Yeah.
But shout to Cedric Melbourne. He's in the building. Said hit the like button. That's what I'm talking about. So don't forget, share it to your people. You see us going live, share it to your people. Like it, subscribe, share. That would be great. That's all we really asking. And those things really cost nothing. We don't want money from you. We just want you to, if you enjoy it, subscribe and share it to everybody else. And let them know, man. Let them know. There's 2 guys out here that's doing nothing but talking about autos.
Factory.
And we want to bring you guys and car girls on our experiences. And we got a couple experiences lined up this year. A lot of different car shows coming up. We definitely got some runs coming up. Shout to Draco. He said, what month is the Dragon's Tail? That is going to be interesting. Like I said, we're going to discuss that in the group. And for those that are not in the group, you can be part of the group. All you got to do is search out for Gutter Ball Rally, the community. That is the name of the group. Gutter Ball Rally, the community. This is it right here. We're going to put it at the bottom. Gutter Ball Rally, the community Facebook group. If you are not part of the group, but you listen to the show, we appreciate you, but we would love to see you be part of the group as well. Yes, you do have to answer some questions for you come in because you try to
Factory.
keep all the riffraff out of here.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm the admin. I actually okayed somebody to come in, and they came in and was like, "Yo, why you guys only like gas powered cars?" Ejected. But I will say this, however, we appreciate everybody who tunes in with us on Saturdays at 12 noon. We definitely was thinking about a couple of things to change the show over.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the reason we come in here and do what we do is because of y'all. So shout to everybody who's tuned in, who's paying attention. I know I say that all the time. But I want to say I appreciate every last one of y'all. And I love the fact that people hold the feet to the fire.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo, you said. I'm like, damn, maybe, yeah, I can't back out of it if I said it.
Nah, absolutely.
But I definitely appreciate everybody who tunes in, who rocks with us every day, well, every Saturday rather, from 12 to 2. We don't want to eat up your whole Saturday, but we definitely have a whole bunch of show for you. So with that being said, just want to move it over to my guy, S.I Shawn.
Let's go.
Rally Radio. Who are you? This is interesting.
Well, for me, the Rally Radio whole thing is like, we wanted to create a space where you don't have to be, a super gearhead to be able to get in and understand what we're talking about. We also want to teach you guys something because that's what we're supposed to do. If you're unclear about something, we here to bring the light to it and straighten it out. You know what I'm saying? Like the better one said, like he said it all. I couldn't have said it better myself. And we also bring you guys the news, so because if you don't really know what's going on out there, you be lost. Like, so we try to cover as much as we can without, lulling you guys to sleep. Like, we try not to do that. And I feel like that's great for Rally Radio because we got a purpose out here. You know what I'm saying? We got a mission out here, and you guys are part of that mission. So that's who we are as far as this Rally Radio thing is concerned. And I hope you guys keep enjoying, subscribing, liking, just acting crazy in a, controlled manner. You know what I'm saying? Controlled manner. And, stay tuned because we got a lot of stuff for y'all, man. Absolutely. You just gotta, bear with us though.
Let's go. So with that being said, shout out to everybody who's tuned in, paying attention. We appreciate y'all early. He said we do. I'm telling you, one thing I will say though, is that this summer is going to be very interesting.
Very active.
We're going to be trying to bring you the show from some of these places. This is going to be, it's either that or shout out to Anthony Green. He said, why is his mic still on after talking about Benz's like that?
Yo, my bad, Green. I've been saying, man, one was on fire the other day. I'm sorry. It wasn't my fault. He ain't maintained it.
Shout out to my guy, Green, man.
With that
being said, man, you know how we get down. We have reached somewhat towards the end of the show, which I know we cannot end the show without our favorite segment. So with that being said, what you got for us today, kid?
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
So the legends of auto, man, it's not just about a car. It could be about more than just a car, a bike, an engine, or what have you, right? So, it's about the whole culture of just the whole automotive and racing and just all this great motorsports, right?
Yes.
So what I got for you today is a racetrack. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? A racetrack. People don't really talk about the racetracks that we had. So this racetrack in particular is a NASCAR racetrack. It was in North Carolina. It's called the Ochenechee Speedway, right?
Wow.
It's one of the two remaining tracks. It's abandoned though, but it's still around. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in North Carolina. If you ever out there, you could find that racetrack. It would be crazy, right? It was a dirt road. First, it started out as a horse racetrack.
A horse racetrack?
Yeah, because it was on a farm practically.
Oh.
It was practically on a farm. So what happened was they eventually, obviously bought the track from them and they turned it into a NASCAR type of deal. So what made it crazy is that what made this track crazy is that a lot of great races went on. So you had somebody out there named Richard Petty, right? Richard Petty. He was out there racing, winning championships. And then you also had a female out there called Lewis Smith. She was the first female driver out there.
Wow.
Racing on that track. So that track right there is just a legend in itself and all the crazy, wild history that it brings just to the whole racing culture. You know what I'm saying? So that was a little bit of legends of a racetrack today. I hope y'all enjoyed that
Let's
one.
go.
And we got plenty more.
Plenty more.
Legends of Auto. Real legends never die.
That was actually interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's funny that we still have racetracks that are abandoned.
Yeah, it's not like, how's it an abandoned racetrack?
I
In
have
North
no
Carolina.
How much they want?
It's vacant. They ain't doing nothing with it. It's just collecting. It got a lot of how they say greenery, like little trees and all
weeds.
That. Yeah, that's what it's full of right now, out there.
Yeah,
and then mind you, when you racing on this racetrack, you also had the opportunity to pass a lake, which is wild. Just in case you flip into a ravine, you probably be in the water. But yeah, like you could see a lake as you racing, like so. It's just crazy,
right?
It's just real crazy. So.
It sounds. I can't wait. We may have to take a trip.
Absolutely. I think that's very important, man. Like these racetracks that we have, that they just not being used properly.
And not for nothing. That's why I like the Legends of Auto, because it's not only autos. There's a lot of legend to a lot of the things that we like, and we just like to see, like especially when S.I Shawn, he gets that history on it. So shout to him. You already know how we get down, man. Absolutely. With that being said, shout to Draco. He said car up on jacks since your child was in the 3rd grade. Car guy. Oh,
that's a fact. That's a fact. Oh, and I forgot to mention this track was in 1949 and they closed down in 1968. You know what I'm saying? So it was around for a little minute. It has a little stint out there. It was doing its thing until.
So you think this thing is still around? That's a long time.
Still around.
That's a long time.
Still around. Yeah.
That's a long time. With that being said, man, we appreciate that. We gonna move forward. You know how we get down.
Mods, the newest and freshest. Modifications, parts, and fashion. Only on Rally Radio.
All right. With that being said, you know how we get down. This is our hot mods right here. So I wanted to talk about this today because a lot of times I'm going to talk about a lot of things that I'm thinking about buying, or just parts in general. We have the PRL Motorsports P700 drop-in turbo upgrade for the Honda Acura K20C engine. This is crazy. Now, for those that don't know, the PRL Motorsports P700 drop-in turbocharger upgrade turbo platform offers 600 plus horsepower capabilities for Honda's 2-liter turbo K20C Type R engine without sacrificing spool. A billet 304 stainless steel, dual ceramic ball bearing CHRA was implemented for reduced weight and improved durability. Factory oil and coolant lines are retained, as well as the factory bypass valve and wastegate actuator. Increased cooling capacity has been provided by Kyra's CHRA's larger water jacket. With that being said, the PRL Motorsports P700 drop-in turbo goes for $2,649. But you're talking about just add it to the manifold and get it popping? Whoa! With that being said,
what's that was definitely
modifications.
That's
parts, and
that's
fashion.
Definitely a hot mod.
Only on Rally Radio.
Definitely a hot mod right there.
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Draco. He said, busted your knuckle and don't wash it because you have to get this part of the build done. Car guy. Drive like your whip was put together by NASCAR, but you talked it by eye. Car guy.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a whole fact right there. So
with that being said, we have reached the end of the show, but we cannot go anywhere until
it's the understeer.
Oh man,
what up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
All right. Y'all ready for this understeer?
I don't think they're ready. Let's go.
A Tesla Cybertruck crashes into the Beverly Hills Hotel sign on Monday. The whole thing seemed like a messy event, and after some finger pointing and speculation, it looks like we know who the real owner of the truck is. The hip-hop site XXL revealed the owner of the Cybertruck and its driver as Too Rare, a 23-year-old rapper from Philly. This is hilarious. The whole incident has been a mess from the start. Initial reports about the crash seemed to point a finger at a valet of the Beverly Hills Hotel. Then someone on Twitter claimed their friend was the owner of the truck and reached out to Elon Musk directly for help on getting a new one. Musk actually responded with a statement that pretty much went along with blaming a valet. Cyber Beast is faster than a Porsche 911, but looks like a truck. So perhaps the valet wasn't expecting so much acceleration. And with that being said, that guy,
brother,
what's that?
What's that, brother?
Oh man.
We're gonna stop that one right there. So now with further investigation, a video pops up on Twitter of the rapper losing control of this Cybertruck after blaming the valet after having Elon Musk tune in. Somebody posted a video like, this is him. They show him leaving the Beverly Hills Hotel, full throttle, right into a hotel sign. Like I said, here at Rally Radio, when it comes to the understeer, we don't get you for what you do. We get you for how you got busted doing it. So with that being said, he may be too rare, but he also can't drive. So with that being said, he is.
It's the understeer.
What up?
Where we like to ask, what the hell were you thinking?
Too Rare is his name.
Yeah.
Too Rare.
Too clueless.
Too clueless.
Didn't understand. He probably didn't understand what this thing was.
No, he had no idea. The fact that he asked Elon Musk and Elon Musk blamed the other guy too, that's hilarious. I find that whole thing hilarious.
I mean, it's odd. How you gonna blame a valet who what they do all day is drive vehicles or appliances all day?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? So
vehicles.
You know, it's like you can't really. You know what? It's easier to blame the valet.
It's easy to blame the valet.
I get it. It's easier.
It's not fair though. But with that being said, we are here in the building. We got one more story I wanted to go across with y'all before we get up out of here for today. London police recover a F1 driver's stolen Ferrari 28 years later.
That's wild, son.
In 1995, former Ferrari F1 driver Gerard Berger had his 1995 Ferrari F512M stolen.
You know it was 6-speed.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, it was.
Third pedal in it.
After the San Marino Grand Prix in Italy, in an Ocean's 11 style heist, two thieves stole Berger's Ferrari and his teammate Jean Elise's Ferrari F355 from the hotel they were staying at. Neither Ferrari was ever seen again until now, as London's Metropolitan Police just recovered Berger's F512M, and it's miraculously still in one piece. The Metropolitan Police were made aware of Ferrari's stolen identity back in January. Ferrari flagged it during a pre-purchase inspection. A buyer in the United States requested the PPI from Ferrari while looking to export the F512M from UK, but after Ferrari realized it was Berger's stolen car from 1995 and notified the police, who stopped the export. That is crazy.
Yo, that is wild. First off, Homegirl's F355 is still in the wild.
Yeah, it's gone.
That's going in the wind.
It's gone.
But the fact of the matter is that, this car was still in pristine condition.
And you know why? You ready for why?
No.
The Ferrari spent most of its life in Japan.
What?
Yes.
So they stole it in Italy.
Yes. Then it was shipped to UK last year. At some point, Berger's F512M received some aftermarket modifications, such as a front parking sensors and a heinous-looking steering wheel.
Oh, no.
The value of the car is $444,000 and was missing for 28 years in pristine condition. So, shout to London Metropolitan Police for being on their game.
You think they was looking for it, or like how you think they was
it came across? What happened was they was gonna sell it in an auction, and the owner, the guy that wanted to buy it in the United States, wanted paperwork. When they tracked the VIN number, they could see it was stolen.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
that's crazy, right there.
Regardless of where the Ferrari ends up, it's just good to know that it's been recovered, and we love to see those kind of things. However, like S.I Shawn said,
let's go.
Elise's F355 is in the wild, but I doubt if they'll ever recover that. So with that being said, we'd like to end it off.
Wait, I got to ask you before we get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
What do? Do you keep it?
He can't. The insurance company probably paid him for it. It's theirs.
Oh, so it's not even Homeboy's car no more.
It's not his car anymore. He probably have to buy it back from them, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this car's worth millions."
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Would you even buy it, or you let it go?
Yeah, I'd buy it.
I'm like 28 years. I don't know what you guys doing, so you can have it.
No, I want my car back.
Nah, give me the money. I'm gonna go get me something different. I can't do it. 28 years.
I got a lot of bread. I'm a race car driver.
Sure.
This car holds.
Yeah.
I want it back. I'm gonna have it tore down, redone, cleaned up. Even though that Ferrari steering wheel that they had in the car was ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know why would they even do that.
It looked like a Jay's racing steering. Nah, I'm messing around. I know some people out there that's like, you're wilding. Nah, but it definitely was there. So with that being said, we want to shout everybody who rocked with us, who tuned in, who paid attention. You already know what it is. We got BP in the building.
Let's
He
go.
over here looking crazy. He got a hat on his head. He want to get on air.
Yeah.
That can't happen. He look like he got, oh no, kid. You got to stay over there this time.
Yeah.
So.
Look like Guppy.
Listen, I know you want to shout somebody out. Go ahead, man. Run over there real quick and shout somebody out. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Real quick.
Let's go.
Oh, with that being said, that was a shout out. One more time, man, because your mic was muted. One more time for the shout out.
Shout out to EP.
All right. With that being said, man, we thank our Key Grip for coming in. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in and paying attention. Shout out to Anthony Green. Shout out to Cedric Melbourne. Shout out to Miller Time NYC. Shout out to Ace coming off the moon. You already know what it is. Shout out to everybody who rocked with us, who dropped a like, who shared, who subscribed.
Factory.
And with that being said, until next week,
Yes, sir.
we
Oh.
out.
Drop the clutch, hit the gas. Rally Radio, where the fast life meets the fast lane.
Yeah.
You're now tuned into Bars and Hoops Radio. Where the world of hip hop and sports live.
Dropping the clutch and then I hit the gas. Wheels screeching, tires burning, I'm flying past. Gotta get home quick, don't wanna miss the class. They schooling you on whips and how to make them fast. Talking about everything from cars to planes. What's hot, what's next, and how to flip the game. They talk in my language, we speak the same. That whip talk complex, but yet they keep it plain. From the news, the interviews, they keep it cool. They give reviews, everything from parts to tools. Can't lose, come to whips, they not no fools. Don't miss the show, the start time is noon. The bearded one, S.I Shawn, they crazy though. You can't miss it, tune in to Rally Radio.
Where the